Hello world, Paul Whittakin back with the Universal Law of Numbers. And today we're going to have a special episode. We're going to be discussing a couple of equations. We have the quadratic equation, which basically solves for the variables ax squared plus bx plus c. And if we apply the quadratic equation, we'll find the solution. Sometimes there isn't a solution. Sometimes there's two solutions. But in any case, it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very powerful tool, and we use it in mathematics and science, and I'm very happy for it. We also have the Pythagorean theorem, which solves for the lengths of the sides of the triangles and the angles. And it's a very beautiful thing as well in its simplicity. But once again, it has very broad applications in science and mathematics, and I'm very grateful for them. For Euclid, who I believe came up with the quadratic equation, Pythagoras, who gave us the Pythagorean theorem, and all of the things that come with that. But before I go forward, I just want to ask you a simple question, and that is, how many of you used the quadratic equation, or today, the Pythagorean theorem, in your everyday lives? And I know a few of you have, and if you're studying in schools or you're teaching in schools or universities, you did. But most people in their everyday life, they really, it's not something that they take with them to the grocery stores, okay? But we have another equation, and it's the one that we're going to speak about right now. And we can call it the universal equation if we like. I like that name. So what does it do? Well, it teaches us basically how to count, and it reinforces the way that we arrange thoughts in our minds. Because 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 3 is 16, plus 3 is 19, plus 3 is 22, plus 3 is 25, and so on, continuing revolving around forever. We go 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21, plus 3 is 24, and on and on and on, revolving around in a circle. We go 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus 3 is 14, plus 3 is 17, plus 3 is 20, plus 3 is 23, plus 3 is 26, plus 3 is 29, and on and on and on. It's a revolving circle. And it's just the nature of our universe. It's the nature of our instincts. It's the nature of the way our minds work. It's been given to us by the universe. It's the nature of the universe, and it's the creation of the universe. It's how we assemble and reassemble thoughts in our mind and keep them in order. Just how we keep articles in our room in order. Just how we keep articles in the kitchen in order. This is how we keep the thoughts in order in our minds. When things are not quite in order, well, we sense that, and it disturbs us. So when we can put everything back into order and everything does add up again, all the things and the thoughts, they're in their proper place, then we have peace of mind. Because we brought our own universe back into order. And that's the way we like it. So by understanding that order, we not only become more proficient in mathematics, but better at life itself. So when you were a child and you worked your way up to 9 and 10 and 11, and your basic instinct was that 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2, all over again, and the teacher corrected you. Maybe they sent you to the principal's office. Maybe they sent you home with a note to your parents about your learning disorder. It was you who were right all along, and as a matter of fact, you recognized the most important part of the law of numbers, that 11 is not just a number between 10 and 12. And the lesson there also is to believe in your own thoughts. Follow your own instincts. Let the universe be your guide. Now, today I want to commemorate some of the finest alumni from the University of the Universe, and then we're going to conclude with a short lesson in history. Now, no one graduates from the University of the Universe because no one knows everything. We commemorate these individuals just for the things that they've given us, and we recognize that they too understood the laws of the universe. They thought for themselves and they followed their own instincts. So today I'd like to commemorate Pushkin, who's somebody who's one of my favorites, really, Shakespeare, Dickens, Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, Mark Twain, Robert Louis Stevenson, Picasso and Van Gogh, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and I thank them all for everything that they have given us. And now I will conclude with that history lesson I was talking about. So come up here and take a seat next to me right up here on the moon. That's right, on the moon. Because as students of the University of the Universe, we have that perk. We can sit on the moon and we can look down upon the earth and we can just take a look and see what's happening on the great planet, Mother Earth, the planet that we live on. Okay, what do you see? Well, I'll tell you what I see. I see a lot of pollution. Yes. I see a lot of information pollution as well. And that is just, it's those mind washing us. They're trying to control us and dumb us down to become complete morons. I reject them. I hope you will too. So you see the circle spinning around and around. That's just history repeating itself. Just like the numbers. Just like the universal law of numbers. Will people finally ever understand? Will people finally ever learn from history? I sure hope so. I'm doing the best I can to help them. We all see unnecessary war. We see human displacement. We see misery and poverty. The humans are obsessed with the accumulation of things. They're obsessed with celebrity, wealth, power. They're being motivated by false gods who preach deception and greed. And yes, they obtain no happiness and no peace of mind from it. They're worshiping the false gods. They're ignoring the law of the universe. They're believing in deception and greed, when deception and greed is really the source of all evil. The universe, on the other hand, it preaches truth, wisdom, and knowledge. It promotes health, happiness, peace of mind, and peace on earth. So I hope that's something, I hope you've learned something from the universe today. And this is Paul Whittekind, and I wish you all peace and happiness. And I'm signing off from the University of the Universe.